Okay, now in your NCERT textbook, Unit 15 Polymers, Standard 12, Lecture number 5. One in-text question is given 15.2. Write the name of monomers of the following polymers. So first is just I write it 15.2. One formula is there, NH. Then I write only one only here, CH2. How many times? 6 times. Then NH, C double bond O. Then here CH2 4 times, C double O, and then N. So understand here, this is nothing but NH2. Suppose we write here H2 and here H2. So NH2, CH2 6, NH2 is nothing but hexamethylene diamine. And this is COOH, CH2 4 times COOH. It is nothing but adipic acid. So here two monomers are there. That's why it is a, we can say that, condensation polymerization. Understand this one? You already learned in your earlier lecture. So this we can say that monomers are, first is hexamethylene diamine and second is adipic acid. And in CF2CF2, it is considered as 1122 tetrafluoroethene. Remember, it is nothing but CF2 double bond CF2. Number of molecules undergoes polymerization reaction. Okay, addition reaction. So this is Teflon. This is formula of Teflon. So according to that, your next question is now over. And classify the following as addition and condensation polymers. Pteridine, condensation polymers. Bakelite, condensation polymers. Polythene, it is a addition polymers, and Teflon is also addition polymers. Okay, so according to that, classification is very, very important. Now, just we switch on towards copolymerization. So what is meaning of copolymerization? Okay, so first of all, just we remove this. So what is meaning of copolymerization? You already learned this one. In homopolymer only we can say that one monomer take part, but in copolymer two polymers or more than two polymers take part. Okay, so here copolymerization is a, according to an NCERT textbook, copolymerization is a polymerization reaction in which a mixture of more than one monomeric species is allowed to polymerize and form a copolymer. So what is meaning of copolymer? Just you write down here. Copolymer is a polymerization reaction. It is a polymerization reaction in which mixture of more than two, or say more than one, more than one monomeric species is allowed to polymerize and form a copolymer. Okay, so this you write down. Copolymerization is one type of polymerization reaction in which mixture of more than one monomeric species is allowed to polymerize and form a copolymer. Okay, so this is about copolymer. Now, the copolymer can be made not only by chain growth polymerization, it involved by, we can say that, chain growth, polymerization reaction, as well as step growth, polymerization reaction. Both reactions take part at here, remember. But by step growth polymerization reaction also, it contains multiple units of each monomer used in the same polymeric chain. Here example is written. X for example, it's very important. Just you write according to two monomers. We already learned this one. Number of molecules of buta-1,3-diene. Single bond CH, double bond CH2. This is nothing but buta-1,3-diene plus number of molecules of styrene. Just you see the structure is written here. So it is nothing just like very easy. We learn this topic CH double bond CH2 and made according to this reaction and form, we can say that copolymer which is called BuNa-S. Remember, this is called BuNa-S or butadiene-styrene copolymer. So according to this, CH2, CH, double bond, CH, CH2, here single bond, here CH, and above side here one phenyl ring is there, draw properly. Okay, and this phenyl ring, according to, if you move this side or this side, no problem. And here CH2 and here and this is nothing but butadiene-styrene copolymer. Styrene copolymer. So this copolymer has, just you listen very carefully, ये हमने already learn कर दिया है, यहाँ पे फिर से example दिया गया है. So what is meaning of copolymerization and give one example. So this is the best example. If you write this way, then you got 2 marks because 1 marks for this and 1 marks for this. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. If you write completely with, we can say that reactant, name of reactant and name of product as well as reaction conditions. At that time we can say that here which type of polymerization takes place? Chain growth. Remember, it is the addition reaction or chain growth reaction. Just to simplify from, we can say that here it is written in a addition. Just you see, free radical mechanism according to that copolymers is formed. This is nothing but addition copolymerization. Remember, here addition copolymerization reaction. Okay. Now this is an example of polymerization reaction. Copolymers has property quite different from homopolymers. For example, butadiene-styrene copolymer is quite tough. This is quite tough and is a good substitute for natural rubber. Substitute for natural rubber. It is used for the manufacture of auto tire. Write down. This is very important. Auto tire. You know this one. Which tire is there? Auto tires. Floor tiles. Many use are there. Footwear components. Footwear components. Cable insulation. Cable insulation. This is all about population now. So just to make a screenshot of this. Make a screenshot of this and write it completely from your NCERT textbook. Okay, now switch on towards next topic in NCERT textbook. In earlier lecture, we discussed copolymerization reaction, particular Buna S preparation of Buna S, and how they differ from homopolymer. Okay, so it is a very good question for board examination. Okay, now next one 15.2.4, which is in first natural rubber and then second is synthetic rubber. Okay, these two in your course. So first you write down here, rubber itself indicate that strengthening is there. They contain certain tensiles also. They are soft. So there is a weak intermolecular attraction is there. So remember this one. Many topics are there. You write with me or you make it not according to this. Rubber is a natural polymer. So remember, rubber is a natural polymer and possesses elastic properties and elastic properties. You know this one, rubber. If you take any rubber, just you take your rubber band or say eraser, at a time it possesses elasticity. Okay. So it is also termed as elastomeric polymer. Another name is elastomeric polymers. In elastomeric polymers, the polymer chains are held together. The weak intermolecular forces held together by the weak intermolecular forces according to polymer chains. According to polymer chains. Now, and these weak binding forces, these weak binding forces allow for elasticity. Okay, polymers forces permit the polymer to be stretched. याद रखिएगा, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Write a note on rubber. So this question may be asked. So you have to write this much topic. Rubber is a natural polymer and elastic properties. It is also called elastomeric polymers, in which there is a polymer chain held together by the weak intermolecular forces. These weak binding forces permit the polymer to be stretched. It's important. Now next one is a few cross-linked are cross-linked or say cross-link are introduced in between the chain, okay, which help the polymer to retract to its original position after the force is released. are introduced in between the chains. Vulcanization of rubber is there. Sulfur is in a crosslink. A few crosslinks are introduced in between the chains, which help the polymer to retract to its original position after the force is released. Okay, now next is written that rubber has variety of uses. You know this one. It is manufactured from rubber latex. This is important. Rubber latex, which is obtained from bark. You know this one, latex, which is colloidal dispersion of rubber in water. Okay, rubber in water. Remember this one. Latex is nothing but colloidal dispersion of rubber in water. That is nothing but latex. This is a very, very important. Underline on this. This latex is obtained from the rubber tree. Okay, the rubber tree, which is found in India, Sri Lanka, which is found in India, Sri Lanka. Okay, next one is Indonesia, Malaysia. And South Africa. Okay, so this is all about this because natural rubber. Natural rubber may be considered as linear polymer of isoprene. Remember, it is a one type of linear polymer of isoprene. Now this structure is a very, very simple and which is known as 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene. So first of all, CH2 double bond C, CH3 C, H, and here double bond CH2. Just to see, this is nothing but 2-methyl, then buta-1,3-diene, or say 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene, and it also called a cis-1,4 polyisoprene. Just we draw the structure. What is meaning of cis structure? You know that whatever the part is there, whatever the molecule is there, it is according to double bond only one side. Okay, internuclear axis is there according to planar. So double bond is there and double bond containing two sides, upper side and lower side, just in a textbook, not in 3 dimension. But we consider that both sides is the same. We can say that a particular functional group containing compound is present. It is considered as cis, and opposite it is considered as trans. You already learned in your alkene compound, okay, in your 13th chapter. So it's a very easy. So this is nothing but isoprene. Make a screenshot of this. So okay, now here natural rubber structure is just like this one, and this is nothing but isoprene. Remember on this double bond, here CH3 C and CH is there. Just you see, CH2 C CH3, CH2 C CH3 double bond, CH CH2 CH2 CH3 double bond C CH2, and here H. So here just you see double bond is there and this two isoprene unit is there. Isoprene, another we can say that monomer is there. They are attached at only cis position. That's why it is known as cis-1,4 polystyrene. Cis-1,4 polystyrene, and this is nothing but natural rubber. So here this cis-1,4 or say cis polystyrene, polyisoprene, not styrene, polyisoprene molecule consists of various chains held together by weak van der Waals. Remember this one, by weak van der Waals. Weak van der Waals forces. What's the interaction? Okay, weak van der Waals interactions and has coiled structure. Coiled structure. Thus it can be stretched like a spring. Stretched like a spring. स्प्रिंग को देखा होगा, वो स्ट्रेच हो रही है, उसी तरीके से इसमें जो है कॉइल स्ट्रक्चर है. स्प्रिंग एंड एग्जिबिट्स इलास्टिक प्रॉपर्टी एंड exhibit elastic properties. So remember this one. This is nothing but natural number by weak van der Waals interaction and has coil structure, stretched like a spring and exhibit elastic properties. Okay, so it's a very easy topic, but next topic is very important, vulcanization of rubber. So you just make a screenshot of this and write it from your NCERT textbook, okay, and complete it. So here vulcanization of rubber. Second topic, I just write it here. Natural rubber becomes soft at high temperature, that is 335 Kelvin, and brittle at low temperature below 283 Kelvin, and shows high water absorption capacity. So this you remember, it is asked in MCQ examination. It is soluble in non-polar solvents and non-resistant to attack by oxidizing agent. To improve this type of properties, just you see, to improve upon this physical, to improve upon these physical properties, according to our topic vulcanization, that means sulfur we have to enter. Okay, vulcanization or say process of vulcanization is carried out. Vulcanization is carried out. Now what is in this process? Vulcanization process is very simple. Remember here, this process consists of heating a mixture. Heating a mixture of a raw rubber with sulfuric acid. Remember, with sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Okay, with we can say that sulfuric, not H2SO4. With, just you see here it is written with sulfur and with sulfur and, okay, sulfur and appropriate additive, at a temperature, just you see, maintain temperature range at a temperature range between 373 Kelvin to 415 Kelvin. Okay, so on vulcanization, sulfur forms On vulcanization, just I write it here. This is very very important. On vulcanization, sulfur forms cross links at the reactive site. At the reactive site of double bonds Okay, remember this. And thus the rubber gets soft, and thus the rubber gets soft. Remember, this is a very or say softened or soft. So here double bond is here. Just you see CH2 CH3 double bond. Suppose we do not consider this. Here double bond is there and here double bond is there. Now vulcanization is there. At that time this double bond is break, and between these two carbon atoms sulfur take part. Here double bond is there, so same way sulfur take part. Suppose double bond just here, double bond is here, so here we can say that sulfur take part, and here CH3 double bond CH2, CH double bond CH2, and this is a, we can say that, polymerization process. So in the manufacture of tire rubber, remember this is a very important. In a tire rubber 5% of sulfur is used. In a tire rubber, this question asked many times. This question asked in your board examination many times. So in a tire rubber, how many? 5% of sulfur is used. Sulfur is used as a cross-linking agent. And this is known as cross-link because this is a one branch, this is a, we can say that one linear, this is also one polymer, and between that this cross-link is there. That's why here sulfur is considered as a cross-link. Here also this sulfur is considered as a cross-link. So here you have to remember this one, a cross-linking agent. Okay, which one is a cross-linking agent in a tire rubber? So 5% sulfur is used as a cross-linking agent. Underline on this, it's a very important. The possible structure of vulcanized rubber molecule are depicted as follows. This is the all about vulcanization of rubber. This process is very important. On vulcanization forms sulfur forms cross links at the reactive site. At reactive site means what? Double bond. Reactive sites of double bonds, and thus the rubber gets softened. In a tire rubber, 5% of sulfur is used as a cross-linking agent. So this is all about vulcanization of rubber. Here it is very important. Heating a mixture of raw rubber with sulfur, not sulfuric acid, sulfur and appropriate additive at temperature 373 Kelvin to 415 Kelvin. So here you make a screenshot of this and you complete this from your NCERT textbook. Now we switch on towards next topic, that is synthetic rubbers and preparation of synthetic rubbers in terms of neoprene and Buna S. Okay, so this is all about this particular lecture number 5. We continue with the help of second synthetic rubber. Make a screenshot. Okay, now synthetic rubber. Synthetic rubber is any vulcanization rubber like polymer. Any vulcanization rubber like polymer. Okay. Now, which is capable of getting stretched twice its length. Okay, remember this one. Getting stretched to twice its length. Any rotation rubber like polymer which is capable of getting stretched to twice its length. Okay, so stretched to twice its length. However, it returns to its original shape, and size as soon as the external stretch force is released. As soon as the external stretching force is released. Okay, so this is very important. Thus, synthetic rubber are either homopolymer, we can say that either homopolymers of 1,3-butadiene derivatives or copolymers. Derivatives or copolymers of 1,3-butadiene or its derivatives. With another unsaturated hydrocarbon compound. Okay, hydrocarbon or say monomer, hydrocarbon unsaturated monomer. So this is all about synthetic rubber. Now we switch on towards preparation of synthetic rubber in terms of neoprene. This you remember any vulcanization rubber like polymer which is capable of getting stretched to twice its length. That means whatever length is there and it is just restrict, it is twice. It returns to its original shape and size as soon as the external stretching force is released. Either homopolymers of 1,3-butadiene derivatives or copolymers of 1,3-butadiene or its derivatives with another unsaturated monomers. So this is all about we can say synthetic rubber. Now preparation of synthetic rubber. So first of all you write down this one, then we switch on towards preparation of synthetic rubbers in your NCERT textbook. First is neoprene and second is Luna N. So we discuss about that. So make a note of this. Okay, now preparation of synthetic rubbers. First is neoprene. So neoprene is a neoprene or polychloroprene. Neoprene or another name is polychloroprene. if you write Cl, then it is considered as chloroprene. Okay, so you have to write is formed by याद रखिएगा the free radical polymerization by the free radical polymerization, okay, of chloroprene. Now we write down reaction which is given in your NCERT textbook. It's a very simple. And CH2 double bond CCl CH double bond CH2. This is the structure of chloroprene. Okay, then this undergoes polymerization reaction. Polymerization, free radical polymerization reaction. Polymerization. At that time, just to see, this double bond is moved at this position, this double bond is under this straight line, and another straight line. So here product obtained just like this way. CH2, here single bond, CCl double bond, CH, here CH2, and here N. This is your structure of neoprene, or which is also called polychloroprene. Once again, double bond move at this position, double bond move at this position, and here another we can say that molecules are there. So here number of molecules of neoprene or polychloroprene, and this is considered as homopolymer. Okay, and this homopolymer is free radical polymerization reaction. Okay, now it has superior resistance. Superior resistance to vegetable and mineral oils. It is used for the manufacturing conveyor belts. Yes, it's very important. You already learned in your chapter number 6 just whatever the metal is extracted in terms of magnetic properties. Okay, so at a time one conveyor belt is there which is prepared from this type of neoprene or polychloroprene. So this is very important. Minerals. It is used for manufacturing conveyor belts, gaskets, and hoses. Different types of materials, gaskets and hoses. So this is all about neoprene. Make a screenshot of this, and last is your synthetic polymer, which is a BuNaN, which is asked many times. So just you complete it and write it completely. Superior resistance to vegetable and mineral oils, and therefore manufacturing of conveyor belts, gaskets and hoses. So this is all about neoprene preparation and properties and uses. Make a screenshot and write another, that is BuNaN. Now here BuNaN, that means you already learned BuNaS, in which one monomer is buta-1,3-diene and another monomer is styrene. But here buna and indicate one monomer is same. It is buta-1,3-diene, but another molecule is acrylonitrile. Remember this one, and therefore it is called buna-N. So first of all, you already learned this. Buna-N is obtained by copolymerization of two monomers, that is 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile. In the presence of peroxide catalyst. In the presence of peroxide catalyst. So what is formula of buta-1,3-diene and what is formula of acrylonitrile? If you know very well, then you are able to write reaction very easily. So write down reaction. And CH2 double bond CH, here single bond CH double bond CH2. This is butadiene. But 1 and 3 position is there. That's why it is known as 1,3-butadiene. And another is acrylonitrile. Number of molecules of acrylonitrile, CH2 double bond CH and here CN. We don't write C triple bond N. So this is nothing but acrylonitrile. They undergoes, we can say that copolymerization reaction in the presence of peroxide catalyst. Copolymerization reaction. Remember, polymerization in the presence of, right now here peroxide, so it becomes very easy for you, peroxide. So same way, just like structure is according to your product CH2, then here single bond CH, double bond CH, CH2, then once again here CH2, here CH, here Cn, okay, and this H is attached with number of molecules. So here this type of structure take part. So write down above side Cn. Okay. So this is known as Buna. In your NCERT textbook it is Buna-N. So this is all about buna-N. It is resistant. Now you see, this is very important. Once in a board examination asked that write a note on that polymer which is not affected on the petrol tank, or say action of petrol tank. So this will ask. So they will not ask buna-N. So to remember use also, and from use you have to write answer. So it's very important. It is resistant to the action of petrol. That's why it is used in a preparation of petrol tank. Okay, lubricating oil and organic solvents. It is used in making oil seals, tank lining, etc. So it's a very important. So this is not all about Buna N. This is a copolymerization reaction takes place in neoprene and this reaction takes place. And in the text question, explain the difference between Buna N and Buna S. Just you see the earlier lecture and you find out answer. And 15.5, arrange the following polymers in increasing of their intermolecular forces that you carry out according to your, you can say that NCERT textbook. And maybe answer is in order to increase intermolecular forces, Buna S, then polyethylene, and then nylon 6,6. So you remember this one, and in text question we complete it. Now we switch on towards in the next lecture, 15.3, molecular mass of polymers, biodegradable polymers, and polymers of commercial importance. And this is your last lecture, and that is lecture number 6 is very important. So you make a note of this and you write it completely. Make a screenshot. Thank you.